Hi, today is Monday, April 3rd, 2017. It's the first day of the 6th week of Lent, and this is A Swede Speaks. And I suppose you must have heard about Russia, about the blast at the St. Petersburg metro station, or, to be absolutely clear, the blast that happened between two metro stations in St. Petersburg. A blast hit a train between Senaya Pleshad and Technologishky Institute stations. Sorry, my Russian isn't good, but that's where it happened. And I have seen different reports on this, but 10 or 11 people seems to have been killed. I think there were some wounded people too. And the Russian Prime Minister, Dmitry Medvedev, called it a terrorist attack on Facebook. And actually I found some interesting information in the big Danish newspaper Jyllands-Posten. And Jyllands-Posten claims that the Russian authorities are now looking for two persons in connection with this terrible act. Putin supposedly said that it was too early to say anything about who did this. So we don't know if this is some act by some random crazy, if it's a political thing, if it's Islamic, whatever. We don't know this, so we can't say this yet. But so I can't really comment very much yet. But what I can say is this: I come from two peoples. My mother's family is mostly Swedish. My father's family is mostly Finnish. Although I have Swedish ancestry on my father's side too, and I have Finnish ancestry on my mother's side too, as far as I know. But those are two people who for generations have been fighting the Russians. As late as my paternal grandfather, he risked his own life defending his native Finland against the Soviet invasion. And thank God, the Finns managed to fight off that invasion. And you know what? This act is a coward's act. It's a terrible cowardly act. I mean, whether it's a lonely, crazy person, or if it's some other motive, some political or religious or whatever, I would say this about terrorist acts. Because the idea of terrorism is to incite fear. And it doesn't matter what you or I think about Putin. I am not very, very fond of President Putin, but why should that matter right now? This act does not hurt Putin. This act hurts the Russian in the street. Your ordinary, everyday Vladimir and Olga. Those are the ones getting hurt by this, not Putin. And this is coward. This is cowardly acts. And I'll give you this rhetoric, because this is what I am thinking about this. Real men meet on the battlefield. I am not in favor of war, but in a war you know the rules. And you have soldiers who meet on the battlefield. Cowards incite terror. Cowards do terrorist acts. And we have to wait and see what kind of report we will get about this. And then I might be able to say anything else about it. Right now I can just rant off about my dislike for terrorism, and that terrorists, no matter what kind of terrorism it might be, is just cowardice. It's spineless people. Because if they would have a spine, they would do things openly. They wouldn't do it in secret. They wouldn't hit you. They wouldn't hit people, ordinary people, in their everyday life. And this was in the afternoon. I think it was about 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. St. Petersburg time, which would mean 1 p.m. Oslo and Stockholm time, 12 London time, 6 in the morning Wisconsin time, I think, which means 7 in the morning New York time, I think. But anyway, you get the idea. This happened in Russia. This happened, maybe not exactly rush hour. I don't really know about the Russian hours, but it happened on a time of the day where I suppose it would be busy times on a St. Petersburg Monday, with people getting to or from work and what have you. And then this. And I know that there are a lot of things going on in the world that you could say that there are more people dying in hunger every day. You're right. And there are people, why am I not commenting on this? I might be, but you know what? Hunger is a tragedy. And it can be caused by bad political decisions, by systems that aren't working, yes. But this is a conscious act to kill people because for some reason you want people to be afraid. That's why I have to comment on it. And for any terrorist or anyone glorifying terrorists watching, you are cowards. And you should be so ashamed of yourselves. And that's what I have to say about this right now. I would like to thank the people who are supporting this channel through prayers, through PayPal, through Patreon. And if you like this channel, please subscribe so you don't miss anything. I recommend you to click the little bell. I think it helps because I think YouTube is meddling a little with the notifications. But if you click that bell and you click that you want to be notified, I think it helps a lot. And if you got something to say, feel free to comment. If you like this video, please like it. Please share it on social media, on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. And I would also like to encourage you to support this channel. And I will include all the necessary information in the information box below. This is As Wheat Speaks. Have a nice day.